You're standing in a bathroom at someone else's party, looking at yourself in the mirror, and you don't recognize the face doing all that smiling. Not because it's a bad face, because it's a working face. It's been performing for 2 hours, nodding at the right moments, laughing slightly before the joke even lands, asking people about their kids, their trip, their new job, saying, "That's amazing," to things that are not amazing. And somewhere between the second drink and this mirror, you felt it. A specific kind of tired. Not the tired of a long day, the tired of a long performance. You go back out. You do 2 more hours of it. You drive home. You sleep 8 hours and wake up just as tired as when you left. Here's what nobody tells you. That exhaustion was never about the party. It was about how much of you had to go missing to survive it. There is a version of you built for exactly this, for being liked, for being fine, for being easy to be around. You didn't design it on purpose. It got built the same way scar tissue gets built. Somewhere young, you learned which parts of you got warmth and which parts got silence. You kept what worked. You buried the rest so fast you don't even remember doing it. That's not a flaw. That's just what surviving other people looks like. But the parts you buried didn't leave. They're still in there. And Carl Jung spent his life studying exactly where they go. He called the face you show the world your persona, the mask. Not fake necessarily. You really do live in it. But it was only ever supposed to be the entrance to the house. Somewhere along the way, you moved in and never came back out. And everything you locked out to build that entrance, the anger you weren't allowed, the need you called weakness, the ambition you dressed up as humility so no one would call you difficult. Jung had a word for that too. He called it the shadow. Not evil, just unlived. You feel the shadow every time a friend does something reckless and honest, and you feel a flash of something ugly you don't want to name. That's not judgment, that's envy. It's the part of you that never got permission, watching someone else take it without asking. The person you pretended to be is exhausting you. Not your job, not your week. The version of you built to be easy for other people, running 24 hours a day with no understudy. Jung didn't think the fix was becoming someone new. He thought that was the trap, chasing a better mask instead of taking the one off. What he proposed was slower and less marketable. He called it individuation, not self-improvement, something closer to a homecoming for parts of you that have been standing outside in the cold for 20 years, still waiting to be let back in. This doesn't look like a breakthrough. It looks smaller than that. It looks like sitting alone in your car after a good night, admitting the smiling wasn't entirely real, and not rushing to fix that admission. It looks like telling one person the true, unglamorous version of how your week actually went, instead of the version that keeps things easy. It looks like noticing the envy toward your reckless friend and asking what part of you has been asking for that same permission. None of this is comfortable. Jung more or less said as much, that most people would rather build an elaborate life around avoiding themselves than spend one evening sitting still with what's actually there. The mask is easier. The mask gets you invited back. But a mask worn long enough stops feeling like something you put on. It starts feeling like your face. And that's the exhaustion that no amount of sleep fixes. Because sleep rests the body. It does nothing for the person standing in the mirror, wondering when the smiling became the whole job. You don't need a new self. The self was never missing. It's exactly where you left it. In the anger you swallowed at 12, in the need you learned to hide at 19, in the version of you that got quiet the first time honesty cost you something. You don't have to perform your way back to him. You just have to stop leaving. Until next time, keep seeing life from a deeper perspective. Subscribe if you are willing to think.